We're back. We're live for the 1 o'clock rock. This is Community Matters because community does matter. Okay, we're featuring Jeffrey Jones. He's the winner of the Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii Award, Youth Award for 2016. Congratulations, Jeffrey.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excellent. We have a little video we want to play. This is about the award ceremony, and there were other awardees too. So let's play that now, and then we can talk to Jeffrey about what's been going on with him at the Boys and Girls Club.
All right.
My name is Skipper Isaac. I go to Spalding Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii, and I want to be tall.
Hi, I'm Lucy Slattery from the Women Boys and Girls Club. Interesting fact about me is that I want to be a novelist when I get out of college.
My name is Roxana Gran, and I'm from the Halepono Boys and Girls Club. An interesting fact. At one point in my life, I was a blonde. There.
My name is Tatiana Samuels. I am 14 years old, and I am from the Nanakui Boys and Girls Club.
I'm Jeffrey Jones, and I currently go to the Waianae Boys and Girls Club. One interesting thing about me, it's not very interesting, but I play basketball and a lot of it. I started going to the club when I was 7, so about 9 years. What brought me was that me and my brother needed somewhere to go while my mom went to work, and my dad was helping around, volunteering and doing stuff. And then that's when it started growing on me, like this is a place like I really want to be at.
I started at the club when I was in 8th grade, and my cousin brought me there. He told me it was going to be fun, but then he said we're going to have to do homework.
Well, going to the club, it helped me a lot with my confidence issues and social skills, so it has made me feel like I'm a better person because of going there. So I guess I feel a little special.
Participating in the academy means that the staff at my club saw a glimmer of light in me, and it's like, we should spark it.
I get to develop my public speaking skills, my essay skills, also developing my interview skills for my future, and making me prepared for the job that I pursue.
Essay writing, social relations, trying to get used to the idea I'm going to have a job when I get out of high school.
It's a way for me to come out of my comfort zone because it really has taught me some public speaking skills and just poise and all of that stuff, and also like writing essays. And I'm using these skills in like my English class and like other classes and stuff, so it's a good academy.
That I have opportunities that are given to me that I could take, so just being in it, I don't know, it's eye-opening, I guess.
It means that people rely on me and have faith in me.
To me, it means that all my hard work working in the community and in school is paying off because everybody's noticing my accomplishments.
As I grew with the Youth of the Year program, doing it now, I feel more confident. I know what I gotta do. I know where I stand, and I know what to do. I said that. Yeah.
It's like a reminder of like what's gonna be in my future.
What's going to be in your future?
Success.
Do you feel like a star at your club?
I do feel like a star because everybody there actually listens to me and cares about my opinion, and I'm actually able to help everybody, and it's just a good feeling.
I help out with little kids, and they look up to me.
I like to think so. Sometimes the kids call me Mr. Jason because I'm helping out with the staff.
Every time I walk through the Boys and Girls Club doors, all the little kids say hi, and if they need help, they always ask me like for homework. I help tutor them with math or reading and with anything else they need help with. My name is Ernesto Yoro Jr. and I'm from the Halepono Boys and Girls Club, and I love to play basketball.
My name is Randall Menez. I am from the Lihue Clubhouse.
Hi, I'm Jason Goldstein with the Windward Boys and Girls Club, and I'm a small local business owner.
I'm Alexis Freeman, and I'm from Kapaa Clubhouse.
My name is Jalen Bilardi. I'm from the Lihue Boys and Girls Club.
I'm Kirsten Earl. I'm from the Waianae Boys and Girls Club, and an interesting fact about me is I'm weird.
My name is Jasmine Ada Gilmete, and I go to the Spalding Boys and Girls Club. I'm 5 feet.
With those heels, you are.
I'm 5'3".
We're back, we're live. We're here with Jeffrey Jones, Youth of the Year for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hawaii. So tell us in retrospect what that movie was all about, Jeffrey.
That was kind of like a reflection of the whole Youth of the Year Academy from this year. It was all the different candidates, their different clubhouses. It was that interesting fact they were telling, they were trying to like give a little background of each of them. That program and academy like allowed us to grow as people. We all got a lot more confident than when we first started, and that allowed us to be successful. Even though there's only a top 3, everyone walks out a winner because of the skills you learn and the people you meet. And
Yeah. So there was a fellow in there, you mentioned his name to me, Damon, was it?
yes,
What about Damon? Who is Damon? He was the adult with all
Yes.
these kids. He was an official of some kind of the Boys and Girls. What's his title? What does he do?
he works for Hewitt. He's one of the Alliance board members for the Boys and Girls Club.
He's volunteer.
Yes, he's been a really big inspiration since I started the Youth of the Year Academy. He was my mentor last year, my first year when I started, and he was like a father figure throughout the academy because he was there for me when I needed it through my speech and my essays. And even though he wasn't my mentor this year, he was always there checking up on me and making sure that I was on top of all my Youth of the Year things to do and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's get a handle on exactly what the Boys and Girls Club is. I must say I don't know too much about it. I'd like you to kind of describe it for us so that we all know what it is.
The Boys and Girls Club to me is my second home. I can go there every day after school and I can feel like I'm at home. I can do things I do at home. I'm comfortable. There's younger kids there that are like my younger siblings. I have a lot of staff there that act as my parents, and they're all there for you. No matter what age, no matter where they come from, they're always there for you to make you happy. And that's the same environment for every member. They always feel like there's someone there for them, no matter who it is. It can be their best friend. It could be a member they never even heard of before. It's just they're always there to make sure that you're always happy and making sure that you're always on top of the things that you're doing. And
So they're going to help you. They're going to say, Jeffrey, welcome to the club today. How's it going?
yeah,
How can we help you?
they're really welcoming when you walk through the door. You go in, you sign in. There's staff at the front desk that say hi. They'll ask you how your day was, trying to get you winding down from school because school had just gotten out. And it's just, whenever I go to the club, I know I'm going to leave happy. I can go in the maddest
great.
person in the world ever
I
and
think I want to join too. Yeah.
and leave happy.
So let's get a handle geographically. What school, what high school are you in?
I go to Wina High School.
Okay.
I'm currently a junior.
Junior, and you're 16?
Yes.
Okay. And what clubhouse, what Boys and Girls Club clubhouse are you involved with?
I'm a member of the Wina Boys and Girls Club, the Wina Clubhouse.
Okay. How big is that clubhouse?
On average, we probably get, I'd say, 80 to 100 members, and that's an understatement. There's always
more.
a lot more.
Oh.
And our club, there's a lot of different areas of the club for different age groups. There's a learning center for the younger kids during their power hour. There's a teen center for the high schoolers and older intermediate kids. There's a game room and the gym. We have a studio at our club.
It's like a clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's like if you wanted to build your own clubhouse, you'd build something like this.
Yes.
Okay, and now in terms of the Boys and Girls Club, it's about helping youth overcome challenges. And some of the participants, maybe you, have incredible stories of how they have overcome personal challenges such as domestic abuse and bullying, and that they can build brighter, greater futures for themselves. What's your story, Jeffrey?
You actually touched on in there the bullying. I grew up in my community. I looked different than everyone else. I was white growing up. Obviously, I was white growing up.
In Hawaii, you can never tell anyway, so, okay. I'll
And-
take that as an assumption.
And that brought a lot of challenges because I got teased a lot from the way I looked. I got called a lot of different names because of that. And I'm still getting bullied today, but not as badly as before.
This is at Waianae High School.
Yes, and I've learned through the Boys and Girls Club that the things they say and do to you, you choose how you react to them. You can choose to take it as a positive, use it as motivation, or you can use it as a negative and just let it affect you all the time. I learned that the more I use it as motivation, the more successful I'll be because it's just one more person that I can prove wrong.
I just want to understand more about this. I mean, you were bullied at Waianae. What was the bullying? What did it involve?
A lot of it involved my stature because at the time I was bigger than a lot of the other kids. My skin color, I was teased because I didn't look like the rest of everybody else.
Nothing physical.
No.
Just bullying. Just
Yes.
teenagers bullying people. And you say you're still bullied. This hasn't stopped, but now you handle it differently.
Yes.
Yeah. And you let it roll off your shoulder. You
Yeah.
turn it into a positive experience. Yeah. Why doesn't the school administration do something about this kind of bullying?
They try to get to the root of the problem as quickly as possible. I mean, bullying's gonna be an everyday thing. I don't feel like it's ever gonna stop because there's always gonna be somebody who thinks they're better than someone else. But through this, I want to change that, like the Youth of the Year and the Boys and Girls Club, because I have a lot of experience with bullying, and I want to be one of those people to help be an inspiration to people who bully others and bully victims as well, because then they can see what it can turn out to be.
Yeah. So how long ago did you join the Boys and Girls Club?
I joined the Boys and Girls Club 9 years ago. I started when I was 7.
Wow. And you had experienced bullying even at 7?
Yes.
Huh. Too bad. And all these years you've been regularly attending meetings and participating in the clubhouse there in Waianae?
Yes. I try to go every day. If I can't go a certain day, it's because of my homework. I really want to focus on my homework. I come late some days because of my college courses after school, and a majority of the time I'm there every day.
And so when you get there, this is, I take it, right after school hours in the late afternoon?
Yes.
And how long do you spend on a given day when you're visiting the clubhouse?
Most of the time I'm there until they close, and that's around 8 o'clock.
At night?
Yes. Because they have teen hours. All the teens are allowed to be in there in the game room. They're allowed to go in the gym, play basketball, play volleyball, and that allows me like extra time to like just wind down for the day and finally like get to relax. And
How about wind down for a meal? 8 o'clock is a little late for dinner.
yes, my mom does give me a lot about that a lot. She likes me at home because I help her a lot at home. But the club,
It's important to you.
it's really important to me.
So what happens at the club that, that helps you, that makes you better able to deal with the bullying at school?
Because I know I go in there every day, and there's always the same few members that I see that I can relate to. There's 2 of them. They're 9 and 10 years old, and I can relate to a lot of the teens because I'm around their age. That bullying subject, it does hurt in a way because it's still affecting me. I don't show it a lot because, like how I said, like I use it more as a positive. It still does affect me though. And the members at the club, they help me just forget about it all and know that they're there for me.
What's your mechanism after all these years, you've been there, what, 9?
Yes, 9 years.
9 years. What's your mechanism? Now somebody bullies you, they make a remark in the passageway at the school. How do you react now?
I just keep walking. I know that I'm the bigger
You ignore
person.
them.
Yeah, I know that I'm the bigger person, and just what they say, they're just words. I choose how it affects me. I ignore them and I keep walking because I know that they can't affect me anymore.
Does it make them stop if you ignore them?
A majority of the time, yes. Some people, they do see it as that I don't care for what they say, so they just let me pass and they don't do it anymore. Some people, they won't stop until they get a reaction out of me, and I never give them that reaction because I know that if I do, then they win. And I don't want them to be feeling like they can bully me all the time. The more I ignore it, the more it'll stop.
Yeah, oh, I think it's all true. And you got that from what, people talking with you, counseling with you at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, because a lot of the staff there, for knowing me for so long, they know when I'm having a bad day. Even the members there, I walk in most of the time and I'm happy. When I come in, I don't talk to anybody. They know exactly that there's something wrong.
They know what happened.
Yeah. And then I'm able to talk to them about my problems, and then that helps me forget about everything that happened, and then I'm happy for the rest of the day.
Great recipe.
Yeah.
As I said, I might join myself. Anyway, we take a short break. When we come back, we're going to ask Jeffrey how it was to become Youth of the Year 2016.
All
And we
right.
want to find out the path he followed to do that. We'll be right back.
Aloha, I'm Kaui Lucas, host of Hawaii is My Mainland, here on Think Tech Hawaii every Friday at 3 p.m. We address issues of importance for those of us who live here on the most isolated landmass on the planet. Please come join me Fridays at 3 p.m. Mahalo.
Hello, I'm Stephen Katz, and I'm the host of Shrink Wrap, which comes to you live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on thinktechhawaii.com, and then it's repeated again whenever you want if you go to the website. On our show, we will be talking to all different kinds of therapists, psychologists, psychoanalysts, psychiatrists, people who talk about the mind, the brain, and about different ways to find happiness. I myself am a marriage and family therapist in practice here in Hawaii, and I hope you will join us because I've got a lot to learn, you've got a lot to learn, and it's a great ride. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Okay, we're back. We're here with Jeffrey Jones from the Boys and Girls Club. He's the Youth of the Year 2016. So, you know, you went for 9 years. You have been going for 9 years.
Yes.
And you'll probably continue to go at least through high school, I expect.
Yes.
So there's a progression, there's a dynamic here. Something has happened, and you got more and more involved, and to the point where you were in the Young Leaders Program,
Yes.
RLIT. What does that stand for?
That's our Leaders in Training program. That's where a selected group of teens get chosen by the staff, and they are allowed to go out into the community, do community service projects, and I get from that program, since the community's given so much to me, I'm able to give back to them through a lot of different events. Like we do our annual toy drive and canned food drive, and that allows us to help youth as well as adults throughout the community.
That's great. So you're doing community volunteering.
Yes.
That's a good lesson. It's community service is what it is and important. And Hawaii needs as much of it as it can get. But then you got involved in the academy. Can you talk about the academy?
The Youth of the Year Academy, it's where the same thing as in LIT, you get selected from the staff, almost like a recommendation that you can represent your clubhouse throughout all the other clubhouses around the island. And they take you through a bunch of different workshops where you can do essay writing, speech practice. We had one where we went to do our mock interviews, do interview skills. That allowed us all to really get building blocks of what's gonna happen in our futures, because you're always gonna get interviewed, you're always gonna have to do you're always gonna have some type of public speaking, and it's only bettering us for the future.
Let's dwell on public speaking for a moment, okay? I mean, I was saying on one of our other shows recently that the mark of success in our world, in our community, and in Hawaii for sure, is your ability to get up, stand up, and talk to people. And you see this in various youth organizations in Hawaii where it's recognized. For example, coming up now in this month or next is the science fair at the conventions, at Hawaii Convention Center. And the kids who participate in that, they have science projects, and that's important. But they are also trained and required to speak about their science project. So when the judges come, or when the celebrities come, or when the public comes, they say to the kid, they say, tell us about your science. tell us, where'd you get this cockamamie idea anyway? And what did you do to make, this happen? How was your project? And these kids are amazing because they can do that. And when they can do that once, they can do it again. Changes their life to be able to get up and speak. And I'd like to know about your experience, because here you are and you're very articulate and relatable here in this discussion. You picked that up somewhere, especially, from a situation where you might have become shy. You didn't. You learned better.
Yeah.
And that was a mark of success for sure. But tell us about your experience with that.
With the public speaking and everything? I first got introduced to public speaking and everything in elementary. I was running for student council, and we had to do a speech in front of the whole school. And that kind of started everything. It started to become easier every time I did it. It was almost as every school year I was doing something up on stage, doing a speech, talking about something, even if it was just small. All those small things are practice just for a bigger thing to do in the end. And this Youth of the Year, being able to do my speech, that was one of the bigger things that the practice ensured.
Yeah. Well, what was your speech like? Can you talk about that?
My speech, it was about my past and all the bullying that I went through and how the Boys and Girls Club helped me. And that talking about bullying, it helped relate to a lot of people that were in the audience, because a lot of them were bullied before, and they were able to relate to me on a lot of different subjects when I talked about them. And that kind of set a relationship and a tone throughout my speech, and it allowed people to see that the club can benefit you.
Yeah, and it benefited you in school.
Yes.
Clearly, I mean, when I say public speaking can make you successful, it's everywhere.
Yes.
And it's certainly in school. So you were able to stand up in school, and therefore it helped your grades?
Yes, it allowed me to get a lot of practice for like my AP English class, and it allowed me to maintain my grades, because you need good grades to be a Youth of the Year candidate, and it allowed me to just motivate myself and have the staff motivate me to keep my grades up, so I was able to maintain my grade point average.
Yeah, so what I get is a direct connection between what you were doing at the Boys and Girls Club and how you were doing in school. How are you doing in school?
I'm doing fairly well, I would say. I have a 3.75 GPA.
Yeah.
And I'm currently enrolled in the early college high school courses. I'm taking a college class with one of the professors from West Oahu, and that allows me to get an early start at college. It gets me early college credits and high school credit.
Mm-hmm. I want to get back to the process of the competition. So there are clubhouses all over Oahu anyway.
Yes.
And so you get, in fact, the state, there are others on other islands, I expect?
Yes.
So now if you go into the Youth of the Year program, the academy, so to speak, you get to meet them, and may I use the word compete with them? Because somebody has to win, you know. So what was that competition like?
Throughout the whole academy, of course, everyone wants to come out as going to the state and being able to place, but I didn't really want to compete with everybody. I wanted to make sure that I was doing my own thing. I was making sure that my speeches and my essays were up to par, but at the same time, I still wanted to be able to help the other candidates, make sure that they were still stronger too.
Even though you were competing?
Even though we were competing, because then it establishes a lot of relationships that I can keep in the future.
You want those relationships?
Yeah. I met people just this year that became some of my greatest friends through the academy. And even from last year, like in the video, Jasmine and Ernesto, those were just two of them, and they're still some of my greatest friends today. They were helping me, even at the luncheon, they were talking me through it, because there was a lot of people that I was talking in front of. They were giving me advice and tips on what to do up on stage.
The luncheon meaning the awards luncheon?
Yes.
How was that? How did that go? We have a photo of it. There you are. So who's in this photo?
Two of the other finalists that were along with me, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs, Tim Motts, and one of the sponsors for the Boys and Girls Club, Jack in the Box, and that's the lady all the way on the right, or the left, I'm sorry.
Great. And that was the day that you spoke?
Yes.
And that was the day you received the award?
Yes.
There was money involved?
Yes.
How did you spend it?
Oh, no. The award, the scholarship comes a little after. That's from the Takatani Foundation. And that helps, get ready for college.
You haven't spent it yet?
I have not.
Good.
I'm trying to find a way if I can get my courses and what I'm going to take earlier, so I know what books to use that scholarship and stuff on.
Yeah. Okay, so there were other winners then. You were the top winner.
Yes.
You were the Youth of the Year.
Yes.
From all of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Hawaii, all those people. Who else received awards that day? Do we have pictures of them?
The other awards came from the other two finalists. They each got a plaque, just like I did. And Jaylyn, that individual right there, she was the second runner-up. She got a plaque just as me and Rendell did. Rendell, he was first, that individual right there, he was first runner-up. And throughout the whole thing, Tim Motts, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs, he was talking, and then he'd look at us, say that he's about to say one of the awards, and then he'd talk again. So just all the anxiety and everything between the three top finalists, it was getting to everybody. And when he started, and when it came to me, I was just, it was crazy. All mix of emotions. I was
emotional day.
Yeah, I was extremely happy that I finally, it was almost as if all the work that I put in last year and this year paid off, because I brought a lot of things I learned last year into this year's academy, and that really benefited the outcome.
That's great. So how do you feel about it now? I mean, how do you feel about the Boys and Girls Club now? You're going to continue. The award did not end your participation.
Absolutely not.
In fact, it incentivized you to go further, eh? Yeah.
I plan on staying on island for college, and I'm going to try as much as possible to go back to my clubhouse and volunteer every so often, helping Auntie Lana, our clubhouse director, and being able to give back to the club because it gave so much to me.
Yeah, community service again. Before we go to the next break, I just want to ask you one other thing. You mentioned in passing about writing. And, I was going to add that speaking is important for success, but so is writing. So can you talk about your writing experience with the club now?
With the club, it allowed me a lot of different opportunities to express myself through different forms of writing. Like in the studio, we write lyrics to songs.
Oh, really?
And, yes.
It's not just prose, it's songs too.
It's almost like when you go in there, it's a whole different atmosphere. You're able to just be yourself in there, express yourself through writing and songwriting and those type of things. The Leaders in Training program helped me as well with writing because a lot of it was planning out different things, scheduling certain events.
Yeah. So you feel you're a competent writer now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're going to take a short break, Jeffrey.
Right.
When we come back, I want to talk about the future for you, how it looks, what you're thinking about, and how these skills, might help you. Okay.
All right.
That's Jeffrey Jones. He's the winner of the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year Award for 2016. We'll be right back.
Aloha, my name is Justine Espiritu, and I am the co-host of Hawaii Farmers Series. This is my co-host, Matthew Johnson, and we are live with you every Thursday at 4 p.m. at thinktechhawaii.com. And our show focuses on Hawaii's local food community. We feature not only the farmers that are producing our food, but we also feature the supporters and other folks involved in the community that are trying to promote local agriculture.
Hi, I'm Donna Blanchard. I'm the host of Center Stage here on Think Tech Hawaii. I hope that you will tune in and watch the show. It is inspiring and uplifting and educational also. We talk with artists of all different ilk. We talk with them about what they do, how they do it, and most importantly, most dear to my heart, why they do it. And it never ceases to be fascinating when you get the answer to that question. I hope you'll join us on Center Stage, 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoons. Aloha.
We're back, we're live, we're learning about Jeffrey Jones, who's the winner of the Youth of the Year Award, 2016 Youth of the Year Award with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hawaii. So here we are, you know, now you're looking at the last, only a year and a half left of high school.
Yes.
And no question you're going to graduate on time, you're doing well. And what do you have to do now to graduate? I mean, how does it look between now and graduation in high school?
It's coming faster than I expected. I was actually asked this year by a counselor that if I wanted to graduate this year because I had enough credits to graduate by the end of the year.
Congratulations for that.
But I knew that I wanted to graduate with the people in my class because some of them I've been with since the first grade.
Good move.
And it's crazy. Coming up, graduations, people have been counting it down already. It's way too quick, but I know that it's only the next step in my future.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, it's still a year and a half away, but have you been thinking about, well, from what you said already, it sounds like you're going to go to college, and that's that. But what college, and what are you going to study in college, and what's your view of higher education?
I've been applying to a lot of different schools, but I really hope I can stay on island. I want to attend UH Manoa. I want to major in sports medicine and to become a sports medicine physician.
Physician?
And that allows...
So, you know, make a note of that because we're going to hold him to it. We'll be sure that he does exactly what he said. Go ahead.
I plan on getting my doctorate in osteopathic medicine.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Why sports medicine?
Well, throughout my life I've been playing a lot of sports, but I always knew that I wouldn't be the best player. I wouldn't be the one dunking in a game or running faster than everyone else. And I knew that I wanted to stay around sports my whole life. So that's when I actually got the idea through the club because there's an athletic director at every clubhouse. But I wanted to be more than just an athletic director. And at the same time, I knew how it felt to be injured and not be able to play sports. And I wanted to be that person to help them back onto the field, back onto the court, and making sure they can play because I know how it feels to be off.
Yeah. So you'd be studying pre-med and undergraduate college, and then you'd try to get into medical school.
Yes.
And try maybe to go to the John A. Burns School of Medicine, I expect.
Yes.
That would be your first choice.
That'd be my very first choice.
Now, what's your view of the mainland? You know, a lot of people from Hawaii, a lot of kids go from Hawaii, they make a beeline, you know, for the mainland or elsewhere. You don't have that thought, though. You'd rather stay here.
I'd rather stay here, yeah.
And what about the notion of living on the mainland at some point? Have you decided you will spend your life in Hawaii, or could it be that you will spend your life somewhere else?
I think it all depends on where, like after I graduate and hopefully become the sports medicine physician I want to be, wherever that takes me, that's where I'll go. If it requires me to go to the mainland, then I'll go there. If it allows me to stay on island, then I'll stay here.
So it's occupation first.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you know, your view of Asia? I mean, is Asia, and you see Asia in your future, Jeffrey? I mean, I always tell kids they should try it out in Asia, see what it's like. Yeah. Just sort of see the other side, see the energy, for example, in China. Have any thoughts about that?
I've always wanted to travel outside of the United States, and China would be one of them. How big it is, I've seen different pictures, and it's almost like it's a whole different world. It's not a whole lot of just, well, it is a lot of buildings, but there's a lot of different things there that are different from Hawaii. And I've always just thought about traveling to a bunch of different places and that being one of them.
Yeah, well, hope that comes to pass. What about Waianae High School? You know, not every day at Waianae was a fun day. How do you feel about it? How will you feel about Waianae High School in the future? Will you go back and sing the school song in 10 years?
Absolutely.
Ultimately, you have good memories of Waianae High School.
Ever since when I started as a freshman, I didn't know what to expect coming to high school. Now that I'm a junior, I've established a lot of relationships with people who have already graduated, and I have a lot of pride telling people that I come from Waianae, because we don't always have the greatest reputation to certain people, and I want to be one of those people that changes it. And through that, like how you said, would I come back in 10 years and sing the alma mater? Of course I would, without a doubt.
Okay. Now, what about the Boys and Girls Club? I mean, really, I don't know too many people. We have a lot of, guests in these shows, and we do a lot of, discovery with the Aloha United Way, with various charitable organizations, nonprofit organizations in Hawaii. But you have a very close connection with the Boys and Girls Club. How will that be for you going forward? Give me another 10-year look. What is a 10-year look for you? Say you're a graduate physician already, and hopefully you're practicing here. What will your relationship be? Can you see a relationship between you and the Boys and Girls Club later on in your life?
Yes, that same thing, without a doubt. I want to make sure that I'm involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs even when I'm an adult, because even if I'm just a volunteer, I want to make sure that I can give back to the club, because the club's given me a lot, and it's helped me a lot throughout my life, through a lot of different challenges. And the club just really allowed me to open up, and I want to be able to push that to kids as well.
Yeah, I also see in you, because of this experience with the Boys and Girls Club, a wish to do community service through your life. Not everybody has that wish, Some people live in silos and they don't want to, get involved. And in fact, in our previous show, we talked about that it was with our Aloha United Way show every Thursday at noon. Talked about the fact that in Hawaii, people are generally kind to each other, do favors for each other as part of the culture, but there's not that much volunteering, and we're 40 on the list of volunteering states, that's a little troublesome, I think. But I take it that you have bitten by the bug of community service.
Yes.
And one way or the other, Boys and Girls Club and or others, you've already decided that you will do community service. Is that right? How do you see that going forward? Will it be the Boys and Girls Club only, or will it be others? Do you have any feeling about it?
I'm going to try to plan on do a lot of community service even after high school, because it allows me to give back to where I came from, whether it be in Waianae or North Shore. Wherever community service is, I'd want to be a part of it, because it just, again, establishes like a lot of relationships with a lot of different people, and those people can very well be the people that'll be in your life forever, and that's what I want to end up doing.
Think you'll give them money too, as a sports medicine physician person?
Yes. Yeah. I would like to, because a lot of different organizations stand and go for a lot of different things, and I know that each one benefits a certain group of people in a certain way, and I want to make sure that I can benefit to that as well.
That's great. Well, I guess I'd like to close with asking you to address those kids over there. Oh no, I wanted to ask you to address David Ige. He's the governor.
Yes.
And he can do things because he's the governor. And you have come through an experience, you are involved in an experience which he may or may not know about. What would you tell him? You can look at camera 2 and talk directly to our governor, David Ige.
I'd tell him just to keep the Boys and Girls Club's doors open and continue to benefit the club, because a lot of different kids from a lot of different walks of life can come into the club and walk out different people. The club's mission is to create successful and hardworking citizens, and I want that to continue no matter what.
Okay, I'm switching pictures on you now. I want to show you a picture of a bunch of young kids in a restaurant or maybe a bar. And they're not volunteering right now. And I wonder what you would say to them about either joining as members, the Boys and Girls Club, or becoming volunteers in some other community service. Talk to them, again on camera too.
They should just, they would all benefit from volunteering, any youth would, and that's one thing I'd want to push towards people, whether it be adults or kids younger than me, kids my age. I want to be able to push that volunteering is important and it can benefit a lot of different people, yourself included.
Yeah. You're very well spoken, actually, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
That's Jeffrey Jones, in many ways a product of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hawaii, and he is indeed appropriately the Youth of the Year and received the Youth of the Year award for 2016. Thank you very much for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Aloha.
Thank you.